Welcome back to another Project Progress video update. It's actually early in the morning right now. It's not even quite 7 o'clock yet. We wanted to get an early start because the construction all starts at 7 o'clock and it becomes really noisy. So we wanted to get started a little before 7. We're actually standing over at the Tennis and Fitness Center right now. I'm going to show you some of the work that's going on inside of there. In the meantime, too, I'm also going to splice in some video from earlier in the week of work that's going over in the clubhouse. A lot of work over there is the drywall work, fire sprinkler system, a lot of exterior work being done as well. The whole infrastructure in the back of the club for the drainage, all the catch basins, that's going in. The grease traps off of the service area, all that went in just over the past couple of days. We actually increased the size of the grease traps. Those are all it's the outflow from the kitchen. It goes through these 3 traps before the water outflows to the county. Before we had 3 900-gallon tanks, now we have 3 1,250-gallon tanks to accommodate the increased size of the facility. So I'll show you a little bit of video of those going in as well. But again, right now we're over at the Tennis and Fitness Center. A lot of work over here has to do with the drywall. They've even started painting. And again, drywall work, significant amount of that being done up in the clubhouse, especially now on the 2nd floor. One of the things that people have asked me about is, how is it that we're doing so much of the drywall work when we don't have all the windows in? Over here in the Tennis and Fitness Center, the windows are in, but in the clubhouse, we don't have all the windows in at this time. And the reason why we're able to do that is because a lot of that drywall work is contained well within inside the clubhouse, so it's not on the perimeter or exterior that's exposed to weather, potential weather. And any areas that are of any type of a concern, they're all protected with a heavy plastic coating to protect that from any of the elements. The reason for that is, and there's been some rumors about delays on windows and different things, and again, it's all rumors. Nothing is being delayed at this point because of supplies, but we have had to rearrange our schedule quite a bit. Sandy Katz gave a good example of it at the finance meeting the other day when he said that we started out the project with this beautiful Gantt chart that went all the way through from beginning to end in a very chronological order, and what the general contractor has had to do because of supplies and of course the weather over the past summer is to jumble things around a bit, juggle things and put things where he could so that we can continue with the project and the progress that we're seeing. So if you don't see the windows, it's not the end of the world. There's a lot of work going on and work that has to get done anyhow. Same thing with the roof. I had some questions about the roof tile. Again, it's not holding anything up. We're just working around different things. The demand right now, obviously construction in Southwest Florida has really gone through the roof over this past year. And when the economy and the housing market dropped off, so many companies stopped storing so much material. For example, the grease traps, that's something that you could call and have grease traps delivered that day. Well, now they actually manufacture the grease traps to order based on what the call-in is for it. So those type of things are what we're working through, but at the same time, again, we have a great relationship with general contractor Brooks & Groin, and they're working with us to make sure that we're getting everything we need and that things are moving right along. So what I'll do is we'll show you a little bit of what's going on inside the fitness center. We'll splice in some video from earlier in the week of what's going on at the clubhouse, and we'll wrap up from there. Okay, I'm standing over in the Kevin's office, actually in the Tennis and Fitness Center. This will be the first office that's actually populated because this building will have a separate CO and we'll actually be able to get into this building first. And we've talked about that before. The date range right now for the Clubhouse is mid to late March. And as far as the Tennis and Fitness Center, our goal before was mid-January. That's looking to be a bit too aggressive, especially because we're at the mercy of Florida Power and Light. So we're probably looking at the latter part of January, and that could possibly bleed over into February, depending on FP&L and some other factors. But again, I'm standing over in Kevin's office, so you can see that his office opens up into the fitness center. There's a window here, so he can keep an eye on what's going on over there. And while we're talking about tennis and fitness, I want to mention too that on the original SDP on the plans, there was a tennis storage shed. I don't want to call it a shed because it wasn't like a Home Depot shed. It was actually a separate building that would be stuccoed and tile roof, just like this building here in the Tennis and Fitness Center. At this moment, that part of the project has been put on hold. So what we're going to do is, because we do have a lot more storage, not only in this building but over in the clubhouse, we're going to wait till we get into these facilities and then sort through what we need to have stored and whether there's really a need to have that type of a facility. Back when we first started the plans for the whole clubhouse project and the tennis and fitness project, there was a need for something like that because we actually used to use a cart to rake the courts. What we do now is we actually hand rake the courts. That minimizes the need for the cart, so that does reduce some of the volume of things that we have to store over here. So that helps tremendously. So we're going to get into these facilities, store things where we can, and then we'll see if there's actually a need for additional storage beyond that. So as of right now, no tennis storage building over by the tennis courts. And that's about it for this week. One thing that I wanted to wrap up with is until we do get into the clubhouse, we'll continue to try to provide social aspects, whether it be here or at other clubs, so that members can get together. For example, in January, it's actually on the 17th, we're going to have a happy hour up on the driving range here at Stonebridge, so members can gather here at the club. Of course, we have New Year's Eve planned in a couple of different venues. We have the Naples Princess, which we have just for the Stonebridge members, and that is available, as well as if you're looking for more of a traditional country club type of an affair, there is a party at Country Club in Naples that Naples Country Club in Naples has been so generous to open their doors to us. So call Erica or Karen and sign up for one of those two events. Right now we do have we still have some availability on Naples Princess, so if you want to bring guests, that's also an option at this point too. And then as we get into, like I said, in January, we'll have a happy hour at the driving range. We're also planning a dinner dance over at Vasari in January. That's going to be on January 27th. Again, that's only for Stonebridge members, but we'll use Vasari Country Club to hold that. And then, of course, in February, we'll have a Valentine's dinner dance. Valentine's will be over at Vasari Country Club. It'll actually be on the 15th of February, so we're taking sign-ups for that now as well. And I think that's about it for this week. We'll wrap up with some more footage of my daughter Emma. I get a lot of feedback from these videos, and probably the most feedback I get is about my daughter's video clips and photos. So I'm going to close out this week with that as well. Thanks, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.